In this video, I'm demonstrating two different setups to train shoulder external rotation. In this position, I'm in a prone lying position. I'm first going to find my active end range, ensuring that I'm not using my spine or overusing my scapula, but isolating rotation at the shoulder and lifting the wrist as high as possible. I'm then going to support that end range, maybe increasing it minorly to get a little bit of a passive stretch occurring through the front of the shoulder. We're going to hang out in this position cumulatively for at least 2 minutes. During the first 90 seconds or so, we're stretching passively and isometrically ramping. As I inhale, I push down gradually harder into the block. As I exhale, I relax. I will do this for some breaths, first lightly, then as I am able to sense more about the shoulder, each ramp increasing intensity to find my greatest but safest effort, the hardest I can engage. I'm going to hold that until fatigue. After fatigue, we remove the block and we go back to our passive range liftoffs, or lifting and trying to get back into that end range that we had created. We're going to complete reps here with control until fatigue. Fatigue may be felt in the back of the shoulder, or fatigue may be felt as compensation, the attempt to use other muscles where you cannot stop the occurrence. Once fatigue occurs, that'll be the end of that exercise. The other setup for this same engagement would be using a door jamb, a wall, or a post. In this position, we have more variables in terms of the position of the torso. We want to find a light stretch through the chest, and then we hip hinge to drive the rotational component of the position. Now it's up to our hips and our legs to maintain this position. Same here for the isometric ramping for about 90 seconds. Inhaling, pushing, exhaling, relaxing, establishing a strong top end engagement, and then holding that engagement constant until some substantial fatigue. Fatigue can be felt in the front of the shoulder, or fatigue may be felt in compensation, the inability to stop other tissues from attempting to help the engagement that's being driven. After we accrue fatigue, we'll come out of the position and go back to our liftoffs. For this setup, we have to change our body position to get into a range that we will be actually able to lift off. Again, ensuring that we're not using the rib cage or the spine to create that motion, anchoring with the abdomen so that we can isolate that rotation at the shoulder. Then we're going into shoulder cars, in which we start an external rotation moving overhead. When we run out of room overhead, we're internally rotating as we reach back and around through the remainder of the shoulder's range of motion. Then out the back, when we can't go back any further, we rotate back through our overhead position, passing back in front of the body as we return to our starting point. As we move through this, I like to use my other hand to feel that my body is not following the shoulder, but the shoulder is demonstrating its individual capacity without compensation or additional movement through the body. We're going to complete cars, usually about 3 to 5 reps at some moderate tension, some squeeze through the system. So we can irradiate, as we call it, by making a fist here and self-imposing resistance at the shoulder itself and through the body. Tension in the body will allow isolation. Tension in the moving piece will allow more feeling of the articulation and strength building if we increase it.